What's up, everybody, and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at something a little bit nostalgic. So my wife collects the 3 3/4 inch scale figures, but only droids. And so I went out and found some deals for some that she didn't already have. Now this isn't too off base for me because I also collect, but in the 6-inch Black Series scale. But this is for my wife's collection, and they were super nostalgic and fun for me to go and purchase for her to help bolster her ranks there. So we've got a couple pit droids from the Phantom Menace. These are very reminiscent of my childhood. I remember seeing these in the movie, thinking they were super cool, and then seeing these figures also in this Phantom Menace Episode 1 packaging on the shelves in the late 90s. So this really brings me back. I also remember having one of those ComTech readers, and for those who don't know, they came with a little chip, and you could scan that chip on the reader and it would read off certain phrases from the movies off of that chip reader. So pretty cool there. This one is also a neat find. It's got the Gonk droid in it, as well as that other droid there, which I believe is just referred to as a power droid. So both packages are 2-packs. Droids are easy to come by in that sense, or at least they were back when these were new and on the shelves. So excited to get these opened up and take a look back at history and see what we can find that is of interest. So like I said, these are old new stock. They've been on the, somebody's shelf or in a bin or a basement for a long time, and we're gonna just rip them open. They're not on particularly nice card backs, so I don't feel super bad about that. And all of the other droids in my wife's collection are out of the package and on display, so these are not going to be any exception to that. I know that they are considered somewhat vintage, 20 plus years old, but we're gonna get them out and mess around with them anyways, see how they hold up 20 years later. So we're getting these pit droids out, and I do like that there's some color variation here. That just makes it that much more fun. So we've got those two out and that chip reader. So as does many a droid in the Black Series collection, and no exception here in the 3 3/4 inch scale, those don't stand up very well. Also have quite a bit of those issues with the B1 battle droids. If anyone else collects, they know what we're talking about. Just a little top heavy, and those legs are kind of narrow and weak. But onto the Gonk and power droid now. We'll get those out of package 2 and see how they stack up. There's a few accessories in this pack, a bit more than the other one with the pit droids in it, so that's fun. And I'm excited to get this power droid out. The Gonk is neat in its own right, but pretty sure we've got one of those in her collection already. The power droid is going to be a first though, so that's going to be fun. I think those pit droids are also a first for her collection. It's lots of astromechs for the most part, but wanted to give it some variety here, so hopped on old eBay there and found a pretty good deal on these two sets. So right away, the Gonk does not want to stand up very well. Looks like it has some play feature there in the legs that allows those legs to move, but that also is kind of inhibiting its ability to just stand upright. I had to fuss with it a lot to get it to stand up in the position you see it now, and it is still not quite there. It's kind of leaning pretty heavy to the front. Also had that silhouette there of, I think it was Obi-Wan in the clear molding, so nice little addition there. I did want to throw that in because it was included in one of those packages. One unfortunate thing to note, other than the Gonk droid unable to stand on its own, was that it did come with a stand that immediately broke. So it has a small peg, which unfortunately snapped off. These are 20 years old, so kind of par for the course, but that was a little bit disappointing. All in all though, super impressed by these. They're going to make a great addition to my wife's collection and really add some diversity to her shelf of droids. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos, and until the next time, I will catch you on the flip side.